Sun rises over muddy lagoon. Cappy wakes up. Cappy has empty stomach but pocket full of oranges. Cappy thinks oranges mean safety. Cappy thinks oranges buy grass. Cappy is wrong. Banker Alligator sits on golden log. Banker Alligator smiles with too many teeth. Banker Alligator prints more oranges on thin leaves every day. Boss Capybara tells Cappy that lagoon is richest lagoon in world. Boss Capybara points at piles of oranges and says prosperity is here. But Cappy notices something strange. Each day, Cappy needs more oranges to buy same amount of grass. This is because oranges are not real food. Oranges are just promises. Promises made by Banker Alligator and enforced by Boss Capybara. Far away, beyond salt water and burning sand, lives Persian Lion. Persian Lion sits at narrow throat of world. Narrow throat is a thin strip of water where giant hollow logs carry black sap. Black sap is the blood of world. Without black sap, machines stop. Without machines, grass does not grow.
Boss Capybara needs black sap to keep oranges valuable. If black sap stops flowing through narrow throat, oranges become just bitter fruit. Banker Alligator knows secret. Secret is that grass does not grow just from sun and rain. Grass in modern lagoon grows from yellow dust. Yellow dust is magic powder that makes mud give 10 times more food. But yellow dust is made using black sap and hidden vapors from deep earth. If Persian Lion gets angry, Persian Lion closes narrow throat. Persian Lion says he does not want oranges from Banker Alligator anymore. Persian Lion wants respect or perhaps different kind of fruit. Boss Capybara gets nervous. Boss Capybara sends iron birds to fly over Persian Lion, but Persian Lion stays at narrow throat. If Persian Lion closes gate, giant hollow logs stop moving. If logs stop, black sap stays in sand. If black sap stays in sand, factories cannot make yellow dust. If factories stop making yellow dust, fields of grass turn brown and brittle.
Cappy does not understand global logistics. Cappy only knows hunger. Cappy works all day for Boss Capybara, piling rocks or digging holes. Boss Capybara gives Cappy 5 oranges. Cappy goes to market. Market is empty. Why? Because trucks that bring grass need black sap to move. Because soil that grows grass needs yellow dust to produce. Everything is connected by invisible threads of debt and energy. Banker Alligator keeps printing oranges to pay for iron birds and shiny toys. But more oranges in lagoon means each orange buys less. This is inflation. But when Persian Lion threatens narrow throat, it is not just inflation, it is extinction. If Persian Lion does not surrender to rules of Banker Alligator, supply chain breaks. Supply chain is long line of ants carrying crumbs. If one ant trips, every ant behind stops. Persian Lion is stubborn. Persian Lion has been there for thousands of seasons. Persian Lion watches Boss Capybara and laughs.
Persian Lion knows that lagoon depends on what flows past his claws. Boss Capybara tells Cappy that Persian Lion is monster. Boss Capybara says Persian Lion wants to steal Cappy's oranges. But truth is more grim. Banker Alligator needs Persian Lion to stay quiet so black sap stays cheap. Cheap black sap keeps yellow dust cheap. Cheap yellow dust keeps grass plenty. If grass is plenty, Cappy stays quiet even if Banker Alligator steals value from oranges every night. It is grand bargain of mud. Imagine lagoon where no grass grows for 3 moons. Cappy becomes desperate. Cappy looks at oranges. Oranges are sour. Oranges cannot be planted to grow more. Cappy looks at Boss Capybara. Boss Capybara is hiding in big stone hut with many guards. Banker Alligator is swimming in deep water where Cappy cannot reach. Famine is not lack of oranges. Famine is lack of what oranges are supposed to represent. If Persian Lion refuses to bow, he chokes narrow throat.
When throat is choked, world gasps for air. Air is energy. Energy is food. Without food, Cappy turns on other Cappy. Chaos follows hunger like shadow follows predator. Boss Capybara screams for war. Boss Capybara says Persian Lion must surrender his gate. Why? Because if gate stays closed, Banker Alligator's empire of paper oranges collapses. Without black sap, value of everything goes to zero. Cappy is told that war is for freedom.
Cappy is told war is for security. Cappy is not told that war is to keep price of yellow dust low, so Cappy does not realize oranges are worthless. Persian lion has many caves and many sharp teeth. He knows that if he suffers, Lagoon suffers more. It is suicide pact written in sand. Cappy looks at horizon. Cappy sees smoke. Smoke comes from distant lands where black sap is burned. Cappy feels heat. Heat is not just sun. Heat is friction of global trade rubbing against walls of geopolitics. Banker Alligator tells Cappy to work harder.
Banker Alligator says if Cappy collects 1,000 oranges, Cappy will be safe. But Banker Alligator is lying. When famine comes because narrow throat is blocked, 1,000 oranges will not buy single blade of grass. Grass will be gone. Soil will be dead. Yellow dust will be memory. Persian lion holds key to pantry. Boss Capybara has spent too many seasons making Cappy dependent on distant pantry. Now pantry is far away, and path is guarded by lion who hates Boss Capybara. This is a trap. Cappy is trapped in the middle. If Persian lion does not surrender, shipping insurance prices rocket into sky. Shipping insurance is just another way Banker Alligator takes oranges. When insurance goes up, cost of moving black sap goes up. When cost of moving black sap goes up, cost of making yellow dust goes up. When cost of yellow dust goes up, farmer capybaras stop planting. They cannot afford to grow grass. They leave fields fallow. Fallow fields mean empty bellies. Empty bellies mean angry Cappy.
Angry Cappy is threat to Boss Capybara. So Boss Capybara must force Persian lion to surrender. It is game of chicken played with millions of lives. Banker Alligator watches from shadows. Banker Alligator does not care about famine. Banker Alligator has private islands with underground grass storage. Banker Alligator only cares about flow. Flow must continue. Flow of black sap, flow of oranges, flow of power. Cappy sits in mud and looks at one orange. Orange is bruised. Orange is small. Cappy remembers when orange was big and sweet. That was before Boss Capybara fought with Persian lion. That was before Banker Alligator printed mountains of oranges to fund endless games. Now world is cold. World is hungry. If Persian lion does not open gate, winter is coming to Lagoon. Not winter of snow, but winter of emptiness. Extreme famine is not accident. It is consequence of a system built on black sap and paper oranges. Lion knows his power.
Lion knows that if he stops breathing, Lagoon suffocates. Boss Capybara knows this too. That is why Boss Capybara is angry. That is why Boss Capybara tells Cappy to prepare for sacrifice. Sacrifice of what? Sacrifice of Cappy's sons. Sacrifice of Cappy's peace. All to ensure that narrow throat stays open for hollow logs. If lion does not surrender, logic of oranges dictates that Cappy must starve so that system can pretend to work for one more day. Every bite of grass Cappy takes is miracle of engineering. It is miracle of global transport. It is miracle of chemistry. And all these miracles are fueled by black sap from narrow throat. If lion closes his hand, miracles stop. World becomes brutal and short again. Cappy is not prepared for brutal and short. Cappy has forgotten how to find food without Banker Alligator's market. Cappy has forgotten how to live without yellow dust. This is why threat is extreme. It is total dependence on distant enemy who holds throat of world. Boss Capybara continues to talk. Boss Capybara says Persian lion is weak. But Persian lion stands on rock and watches narrow water. Persian lion knows that if he goes down, he takes Lagoon with him. This is leverage. This is why famine is weapon. Famine is not just lack of rain. Famine is political choice made by those who control flow. Banker Alligator counts his oranges and waits. Cappy waits too, but Cappy's stomach is growling, and grass and field is starting to turn yellow for all wrong reasons. Dry, dead, silent. This is beginning of end if Persian lion does not bend knee. This is dark fable of Lagoon, where money is fruit and life is just byproduct of burning sap. Cappy wonders if there is another way. But there is no other way in world of Boss Capybara. There is only growth or death, and growth requires black sap, and black sap requires narrow throat to stay open, and narrow throat belongs to lion. It is simple math. It is cruel math. It is math of oranges.
If lion says no, Cappy dies.
If Boss Capybara fails to break Lion, Copy dies. System is Fragile Fred stretched across abyss. Copy is just weight hanging on thread. Banker Alligator holds scissors. Persian Lion holds fire. Boss Capybara holds megaphone. And Copy just holds one small, sour, rotting orange.